Hey, friends. Happy Friday. I hope you're all ready for the weekend because I know I am. Um, we're actually enjoying spring break right now. We have been for the last week, and we still have another week of spring break, so it's pretty awesome. For me, that's a break because I homeschool. So, yeah, I love it. So today I wanted to speak to all you moms or even other people out there who have suffered from postpartum depression, or sorry, postpartum PTSD, or just regular PTSD, which is post traumatic stress disorder. So today I wanted to talk about that because it's something that I struggle with. I've had a lot of things in my life happen that was traumatic for me that I still suffer with. And so I just wanted to talk to you today about how PTSD made me thankful for these 5 things. You're probably wondering, how on earth could you be thankful for a mental illness? Well, let me explain. So, number one, it made me feel like a winner. Uh, so, things that are easy for most people to get through are sometimes harder for me. Um, like getting through things that make me feel anxious or scared. So it makes me feel like a winner because once I can get through this thing that I know is going to make me feel anxious and scared, once I get through it, I feel like a winner. I feel like, yes, I did it. I got through that thing that scares the crap out of me. I did it. And so it makes me feel like a winner every time I do it. And like, for example, I did have some traumatic births. My first birth with my daughter Callie, I had her at home by accident, which was actually pretty traumatic for me. I'm actually really lucky nothing went wrong because my second birth was also traumatic. It ended in an emergency C-section, and so those two births are really hard for me to think about. Um, in the beginning, I had lots of flashbacks and nightmares about those situations, and it was really hard for me to think about them or to even talk about them. But eventually, I started to talk about it more. I started to think about it more and process what I was going through. And it was hard at first. It was really hard. I cried a lot, but I got through it. And I felt like a winner when I did. Every single time that I could have a conversation with someone about my birth and not break down in tears or feel like, oh my gosh, I'm such a failure as a mother, um, I felt like a winner. So that's number one. Number two, knowing who I am, um, I know that the confidence I have is real. I earned it through this mental illness that I'm suffering from. Um, it shows me that I'm actually very I'm actually more stronger than I thought. I'm actually more empowered than I thought I was. So let's go back to the birthing experience. So for me, thinking about it and working through it, and realizing that I got through this experience and I'm okay and I'm a good mom, and just because I didn't give birth the way I wanted to, it doesn't mean that I failed or anything like that. I actually felt more empowered once I realized these things and worked through them. I felt empowered. I knew who I was. I knew that I was this strong, amazing mother, and my body did what it was supposed to do. The first time, at least. The second time, I felt like there was outside things that caused me to have the emergency C-section. I feel like I probably could have given birth myself, seeing as my last child, my third child, was a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after C-section. And they were trying to push me for another C-section, but I stuck to my guns. I did what I thought was right in my body and right in my mind, and I did it. I gave birth um, vaginally. Sorry to use that word, but I gave birth naturally, um, and I did it, and I was empowered through that. So I knew who I was, and I was empowered, and I got through it. And yeah, so knowing who I am is a big one. To why I'm thankful for this mental illness. It taught me who I am in a certain way. Um, and yes, I am looking at notes because I have a lot of things I want to say, and I wrote them down so I don't forget them because I have not a very good memory. I call it mom brain. So, anyways, number three, 3. I've learned to be empathetic towards others. Um, I realized going through this mental illness and my other mental illnesses that I've been through, such as anxiety and depression, including postpartum anxiety and depression, I've learned that everyone suffers and gets through these things differently. We don't all do it the same, and that's okay. We don't have to. And it made me feel empathetic, and I understood because I've suffered through it too. I have gone through those things as well, and I know what it's like, and so I can feel empathetic towards them because I've been there. Um, and another thing for me was that I felt really empathetic towards other moms who have been through postpartum PTSD, because I knew that I have been through this and you're going through it, and I just feel so connected to them. And I can't even explain why I feel that way, but maybe it's because we're both going through the same thing or similar, and I just feel so connected towards it. So I feel empathetic towards them because I know that I've been through it, I'm going through it, and we're doing it together in a way. So that's number 3. And number 4, being grateful for the things that most would think are mundane. So this is a pretty big one because some people, like, for example, if I go to my birthing experiences, when one of my friends has a baby in the hospital, I choose to go into that hospital and see her in that place that caused me trauma. I choose to do that, and I'm grateful for those moments because they're really hard to get through. But when I push myself through that, and through the anxiousness and the panic attack and the anxiety and the flashbacks that happen, when I push myself through that and do it anyways, that's a huge deal, a huge deal for me. Some may think that's mundane to go to a hospital. Who cares? Not a big deal. But for me, it's a big deal. For me, pushing myself to do those things is a big deal. So learning how to be comfortable with those things that make me anxious, I'm grateful for that. Learning how to be comfortable in those anxious things makes me feel grateful. So that's number 4. And then number 5 is knowing my strength. This one is the biggest one for me. Knowing my strength. So PTSD, it can make me feel fearful, agitated, panicky, anxious, but it actually makes me stronger in the end. And it does that because like I said, I push through these struggles and limits that I have, and I get through them. I get through them. And I'm so thankful for this because it shows me how strong I am. It shows me that I can do these things. I can face my fears. I can go into these situations, and I might be scared. I might not want to do it, but in the end I do it, and I feel so good in the end because I'm like, I did this. I got myself through this, and I'm stronger because of it. And feeling that confidence and that empowerment is just so amazing. And knowing my strength, it makes me feel grateful for this mental illness. So those are the 5 things that make me feel grateful for struggling with PTSD. I know that might be hard for some people to grasp, but I hope that it kind of further explains a little bit. You can see the silver lining through the clouds, the silver lining through the bad times, and understand that we go through these things for reasons, and they make us feel stronger, and they make us stronger in the end. So those are my 5 things that I have for you today. I just wanted to add to that. If you know someone, or if you yourself are suffering from PTSD, postpartum, or a regular PTSD, please seek help. I myself am going to counseling. I start next week for it. Um, these are the types of things that are really hard to get through on your own. And most of the times, people do not get through these things on their own. They need the outside help. Sometimes you need medication. EMDR helps, cognitive behavioral therapy. There's a lot of things that you can do to help with the PTSD, so that you don't have to suffer in silence, and you don't have to suffer, period. So if you know someone who's suffering from it, or if you are yourself, please seek help. You deserve a life of happiness, and you can achieve that. So I just wanted to add that in there. And I also wanted to say that if you like this content and you want more of it, follow my group in the description above. It's called Educated and Empowered Truth Seeking Mamas, or I help moms navigate this crazy but amazing journey of motherhood, discussing topics most avoid, such as informed choice with vaccines, gentle sleep training, actually just sleep training in general. I'm training right now to be certified as a sleep consultant, and my son was a horrible sleeper, so I have experience and I have the education, and also perinatal mental health, which is what I talked about today. So if you like that, please give my group, come join my group, and you can find more topics like this, more content like this. And that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will talk soon. Bye.